In last year's draft, the 49ers swapped 3 first-round picks for the 3rd overall pick, making it a trio of quarterbacks to start off the board. Selecting Trey Lance out of North Dakota State, the 49ers had bagged themselves the QB with the highest upside in the draft, but also the lowest floor. What Lance exhibits in upside, he also equals in inexperience, having played the least amount of games of any QB in his class by quite some margin, and against the worst competition hands down. However, the very little he did play, he bulldozed them. Luckily for the 49ers, their plan was to sit Lance for the year and give him the odd gadget play here and there to increase the run diversity of their playbook. However, Jimmy G's model-like handsomeness did nothing to deter any injuries, and Shanahan and co. chose to turn to their rookie QB, with mixed results. Evident in the trade-up was Kyle Shanahan's wish to add a new dimension to his already potent rushing attack. For this, Trey Lance was perfect. This dude is an athletic specimen. He's got the frame to run between the tackles, smooth moves to lose defenders, and long strides to help him get to the edge, leaving defenders in the dust. The most common call for Lance last year was the QB power, straight out of his college playbook at North Dakota State. Juszczyk will come in motion, using it to build up momentum to kick out the end, with Lance following his pulling guard through the hole. The blocking is perfect, and Trey wiggles then lowers his head for 7. Expect to see a lot of variations of this next season. The second inside run you're likely to see a lot of is this draw play. Spreading everyone out with the fake swing screen means Lance has little resistance in the box, here taking the game to kneel downs. And if you can get him to the edge with these sweep plays like we've seen the Ravens use so frequently in short yardage situations, well, it's going to be a damn difficult time to stop with Trent Williams out front. We're also expecting to see a bunch of option concepts this coming season. Although the attempts and results were minimal in 2021, we'll be back to cover any cool stuff when Shanahan reveals his wrinkles to the option. The fleeting footwork carries over to scramble mode, where Trey is even more effective with the defense unprepared. Here's a great example against the Seahawks, where Lance bobs and weaves his way through the pocket to leave the correct way, then makes Bobby Wagner hesitate, allowing him to pick up the first on 4th and long and keep the 49ers' hopes in it. And here it is against the Cards, scampering up from the overload right, then using his wheels to bend wide and get 14. Kyle Shanahan kept the passing game very simple for Lance through his 3 appearances, and Trey showed us some nice things in the short game, building a good rapport with Kyle Juszczyk, although definitely still showing some rookie errors. Here's a quick read of the flat defender in the cover 2. The 49ers have a very basic slant-flat combo called, and when the DB steps inside to follow Debo, it's straight out to his fullback, allowing for the catch and run. Against the Cards, they're going to make it look like the QB power play we showed earlier, but Juszczyk will turn his motion into an out as part of a play-action shot concept. Lance does a good job to recognize there's nothing there and finds his favorite target in rhythm. And this is great arm angle and zip to get the check down. The bunch collides and ruins the read frontside, so Lance looks to Kittle's out, but he's also covered in the zone. Shuffling up through the pocket, he spots his check down, sidearm slinging this crossfield to his back to move the chains. However, his eyes definitely do look slow at times, and he was a beat off on several quick hitters. He's gotta know to trust that it's coming open and throw in rhythm. He's playing too tight and consequently holding it for too long and then sailing it. The intermediate game for us is where we saw him make his best throws. This might be the best throw of his young career. With the 49ers in spread needing 10 to move the sticks, the Cardinals show single high, but roll back into a drop 8. Lucky for Lance, they've got a perfect play to beat a leveled zone. With Ayuk on the post to distract any robbers or Tampa, and Sanu splitting the levels on the deep dig, the hook curl defender does not carry Sanu and Lance fires it before he's even out of the cut, allowing him to break into the intermediate level right into the ball. Unfortunately for Lance, it's dropped. And technically, this will go down as a short yardage throw in the books, as it's just to the sticks. But he throws this fading away left 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and fires this with such incredible velocity, that you see why the scouts marvel at his talent. One thing that can be said about Trey is that he does possess an arm, and he's not afraid to use it. Whether or not the passes from said arm reach their intended target is a whole nother discussion entirely though. This is his best deep ball so far. The 49ers are running a play-action shot concept designed to pick on the communication in Houston's poor secondary. Debo looks to be running a clear out for Travis Benjamin's deep over, before turning his route into a corner post in an attempt to stretch the defense. 25 does a good job to shout out and pass off the over, but gets himself all out of alignment and forgets to stay in his third. Trey does a good job to throw this short, allowing Debo to adjust back and continue his separation, and Debo can't be caught in space. However, all the results aren't quite as pretty. Here's another play-action shot attempt from the same game with the complete opposite results. The 49ers go heavy play action, looking as if they're setting up the bomb down the right sideline. However, they're trying to sneak Kittle through the blocking traffic and up the opposite sideline. Lance, however, forgets to check the front side of the formation, missing a wide open Debo and fixating on Kittle, allowing the corner to read his magnet eyes and pick this one off. And here it is again from the drive before. More heavy play action and a crisp route leaves Debo digging through the secondary, but Lance forgets all touch and tries to laser this flat, allowing for a linebacker to get a mid to it and deny a touchdown. Most rookies struggle with this, but Trey's happy feet were particularly noticeable in his brief stint. He looked uncomfortable operating from the pocket, either holding the ball too long or having to leave it to confirm what he's seeing. Here's a snap that showed it well. Running another deep over concept to pick on the cover 3. Trey has Debo streaking open at the intermediate level, and even from a clean pocket, he feels the need to step up and out before attempting the throw. And here's why it's a bad idea. More heavy play action shot game here from earlier in the contest, and 17 is going to come wide open in the Tampa 2 on the deep spot route. Trey sees it, but again, has to step up before he will release. And without set feet, he skies this straight into the arms of the safety. He was also jittery when he remained in the pocket, seeing the ghosts of earlier rushers and dipping away from the shadows. With all that said, the big caveat here is sample size. With just 174 snaps to look at, Lance continues to deny us of the film needed to fully evaluate his game. Something likely to play into Shanahan's hands early in the season. Honestly, we're a little shocked he even started at all. If the plan was to redshirt him, why risk muddling him? Sure, 1 or 2 at the end of the season if you aren't in playoff contention makes sense. But chucking him in week 4 and 5 to try to keep above 500 seems like a little bit of disjointed thinking. In 2022, it's a different matter. Lance will be the undisputed starter, and this offense will look similar in style to what we've already looked at, just with many more wrinkles and options. If the 49ers can get the rock rolling, watch out. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure to give us a like, and we'll be back in 2 weeks' time to cover Justin Fields. Take care.